What's up guys, my name is Jedith and this is an update video for the Havoc Weakaura pack. We have a brand new updated version for the War Within Season 1 and for Prepatch going into the War Within. So you're probably watching this video on the day that Prepatch is launching and you're going to have a brand new updated Weakaura pack that you can load in, start using right away, and it will last you all the way through at least Season 1. Now this is still kind of a work in progress. I have some ideas for things I want to change over the next couple weeks. There have been some pretty major updates to this package since the last time that you may have downloaded this back in Season 4 of Dragonflight. So the first and biggest change that I'm excited to share with you guys is we moved the Fel Rush bars that indicate your Fel Rush charges. They used to be over here on the right hand side. We now have them centralized right underneath your resource bar. So these two orange lines that you see here, they are your Fel Rush charges. You use them and when it's recharging, you can see it fill up. It's much easier to see right here, right in the middle of your screen, directly under your Fury bar, rather than having to look over to the right hand side. And then of course, this comes with all the bells and whistles that it had before. We have very handy reminders baked right into the Weakaura pack. So you have this text that will kind of jiggle at you every time Vengeful Retreat is available to be used and you're in combat. We have a Metamorphosis reminder, which will light up your Metamorphosis icon on your Weakaura package when it's been up off cooldown for at least a minute or more. Now, this is exceptionally useful in any situation where you might forget that you have meta up. You might have not noticed that it came up and you've been sitting on it. This thing will alert you of that. It'll flash. It'll also play a sound, so you will definitely not miss it. Very useful to have. Then we have the darkness reminder. What this does is it puts a little icon when you're standing in your darkness. It puts a border around it. Goes away when you step out of it. You see the icon again when you step back in. That's just to be sure that you're actually standing in your darkness and you know you're getting the benefits of it. So just a nice little feature to have. And then if you're brand new to using this Weakaura package, I'll just give you a quick explainer as to what some of these other bars are. On the left-hand side, you'll see a pink bar. That is your Vengeful Retreat. So instead of having an icon for Vengeful Retreat, we have just this bar right here that you can quickly see. And just like the Fel Rush bars, it'll slowly fill back up as it's coming up off cooldown. The bar on the far right-hand side, the green one, that's your Sigil of Flame. Again, having these bars just helps us save a lot of room and save a lot of clutter. So it's just very easy to see at a quick glance if it's ready or not. And it just keeps things decluttered. And the less you can have on your screen, the better, because you don't want to muddy it all up with a bunch of extra stuff that you don't necessarily need. And then on the bottom left-hand side, you have a white bar. That white bar indicates your interrupt. So again, you can just see if it's up at a quick glance. You might be using a different interrupt or kick tracker for your group. If you play Mythic Plus, you might have another add-on or another Weakaura that tracks that. That's fine. This tracker is here for the people that need it. If you don't need it, you can just ignore it. And then the bottom right, we have the purple bar, and that is to indicate your Sigil of Misery. So as you can see, when we use it, it goes off cooldown, and again, the bar will just start to fill up. So like I said, this is a very compact, efficient, yet effective Weakaura package, and I'm really excited that we got to actually make something as awesome as this. As I mentioned at the start of the video, it is set up and ready to go for the War Within Season 1. So all of the things that are built into Eldrazi Reaver or even Fel-scarred, these are already in the Weakaura pack. They're in here. They're going to be ready as soon as you start unlocking your hero talents in a couple weeks when the War Within comes out. You'll have it ready to go. So just to prove that to you, if you go into here, we have our Aura bar, we have Demon Surge loaded and ready, Art of the Glaive, Reaver's Mark, Student of Suffering. We have all of these buffs loaded into the Aura bar, so as soon as you start taking those talents and the hero talent trees, these will become activated and you'll see those buffs in your buff bar. Now, another thing I want to mention is that this Weakaura pack does have a built-in cast bar and a built-in trinket tracker. So you can use these if you want. You don't need to use them. You can just come in here and go click on it, go to load and click never if you don't want to use it, or uncheck never if you do actually want to use it. The cast bar, I prefer to use it, but we do have code built into this Weakaura where if you do turn this cast bar on, it should go in and disable your default UI cast bar, so you don't have to worry about overlapping. And the cast bar just looks like this. And just to give a brief demonstration of what this Weakaura pack looks like if you are playing Eldrazi Reaver or something of that sort. You'll see you have Elysian Decree on your bars. It has a built-in soul tracker now on Fellblade. It's on by default. Looks like we're getting some lag here on the PTR. Apologies there. You can see we have our Reaver's Glaive, Soul Fragment tracker, we've picked up 4. We're going to pick up another one. We're at 5. And we're at 6. And now Throw Glaive turns into Reaver's Glaive. And of course you can throw it. And you see these 2 buttons here. This is to indicate the 2 buffs you get for Chaos Strike and Blade Dance. So you can kind of quickly see if you forget which one you've pressed. You can press Blade Dance and then it consumes that one, and the Chaos Strike one stays the new icon. And that's just to, be able to remind you as you're going through your combos, if you slightly forget which one you may have just pressed. It can happen. We all have goldfish brain. Okay, we play Havoc Demon Hunter. We're not the smartest crew. Those icons have been updated to help you keep track of your pattern. And if you noticed, we also had Thrill of the Fight on there. So again, we'll just use our Reaver's Glaive, complete our combo here. And then we have Thrill of the Fight on there. We have Reaver's Mark. Reaver's Mark is being tracked on the nameplate as well as in the Weakaura aura bar. Everything you need is going to be tracked in this Weakaura pack. And now if we swap over to Fel-scarred, I can just quickly show you what's going on there. If the beta server lag will allow us. Okay, so we're going to I-beam. Then you can see we have Demon Surges available for those 2 abilities. And of course they're glowing to help us indicate that. You can also press Meta, and everything that has a Demon Surge attached to it is going to start glowing. Just to make it a bit easier so we know exactly what we have left that has a Demon Surge. Even our Sigil of Flame, which is now a Sigil of Doom, in this case, that bar glows to let you know that you have a Demon Surge sitting there waiting. So that is the updated Havoc Weakaura package. There is one other Weakaura that I would suggest everyone gets, especially if you're a brand new player to Havoc. Maybe you're switching over for the new expansion, or, in Prepatch, you're going to be making a Demon Hunter alt. You're going to be playing the Ragefire and AFI talent, and I have a custom Weakaura that helps you play that to its absolute maximum potential. I'll put a link to it also in the description, along with the link to the full Weakaura package. But this AFI and Ragefire Weakaura alert is a lifesaver. I don't know how else to describe it, but I'm super proud that we actually made this, and it's been around for a while. This isn't anything new. If you're a brand new player, this is something you definitely have to check out. So what it does is every time you get a Immolation Aura refresh via the A Fire Inside talent, it dings like that. So that's how you know you got a brand new charge of Immolation Aura to use. And what it does, you'll notice underneath here, every time you press Immolation Aura, you get a individual Ragefire, right? So what this Weakaura does is it will track each individual Ragefire. It'll tell you how much damage is stored in that Ragefire that it's going to explode for. And it also alerts you when it's about to explode. So there's an audio cue that says don't move. And that's to let you know that, hey, you shouldn't Fel Rush away because your Ragefire is about to explode. And if you Fel Rush away, your Ragefire isn't going to hit the enemies. We have an audio cue that says don't move, and the icon will also flash just to let you know that it's about to explode. So you can see we have 2 Ragefires ticking away here, each with their own individual amount of damage. This one is about to go off. It says don't move. Same with this one. And then it explodes. So it's very crucial for you to be able to track these, because like I said, you want to make sure you're right in the middle of all the mobs when it explodes to make sure that you're hitting all of them with your Ragefire. You don't want to be vengeful retreating in that moment, because then you're not going to hit anything else. You don't want to be Fel Rushing away. So it's very crucial to track those Ragefires. One thing you might have also noticed is my Immolation Aura here has turned green. This is a feature of the actual Weakaura pack where whenever you have 1 charge left of Immolation Aura and you have another one recharging, if you have 1 left in the bank, it'll turn green. And that's just to tell you at a quick glance that, hey, you have another Ragefire, you should press it, essentially. And you can see there we got a refresh. We got a proc from AFI and played the cha-ching sound. Don't move. Love to see it. So if you're interested in getting this Weakaura pack, it'll also be down in the description, along with the link to the full Havoc Weakaura class Weakaura pack. So if you guys find these Weakauras useful and you want to support me, the best way you can do that is to just subscribe to this YouTube channel if you haven't already. I've made a goal to hit 30,000 subs before the War Within launches, and we're right there, guys. We're like, I don't know, 70 subs away. So if you could help me out, click that sub button if you haven't already. I would greatly appreciate it. Let's hit that goal. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.